Welcome to It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. Today, we're in the very first episode leading up to the brand new Superman movie on July 11th, 2025. We're reviewing every major Superman thing, adaptation, whatever.
Yeah.
Leading up to, it's kind of picky and choosy in a way, but
Yeah.
leading up until the movie, like the way we did with the Spider-Man movies, and the way we did with X-Men. We're here with Superman, but this is a little different. This is not main. I mean, we'll talk about the whole thing in general, but the whole project. But we're mainly really going to focus on the characters of Superman. We're going to talk about Superman himself, talk a little about Lois Lane, and then all these supporting characters, and really just focus on what aspects of these Supermen could potentially be brought into the new Superman that we're seeing in July. So we're starting way back, 1941 through 43. The Fleischer Superman cartoons, we watched all 17.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about those now.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me think. How do we want to go about this?
Well, I'd say
I'd rather not go through each individual short.
Yeah. So we'll be here all day, and plus we're very much misremember plenty of them. I'd say let's. Do you remember the first episode well? Because that's probably the one I remember the most.
The first episode, okay,
Because I've seen that one.
That was one with the mad scientist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the laser. I guess we'll go over that episode and the maybe like another one.
Well, I don't really want to go over. I mean, this whole thing is just Superman, taking on villain of the week type thing. There's no big villains in this. Well, there's one big villain. He shows up for a cameo at the end of one of the episodes. Old buddy Adolf. And
oh yeah. Yes, I'm glad. I love that cameo of
Hitler cameo. This is very much a product of its time. I think the animation for this is like crazy.
I think better than some stuff today, and
maybe. I mean, I don't think it's crazy for the time that it came out.
Better than the Spider-Man show, and that appeared 20 years later in the 60s.
This show is during World War II. World War II was getting ready to happen or happening when this was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it deals with Japanese like villains in one episode, Germans, and Hitler. So which I kind of knew about already going into this. Mm-hmm. This Superman is very he doesn't speak much when he's Superman.
Honestly, when he's Superman, he doesn't really speak at all.
No, he's very stoic.
Yeah.
It's interesting. He speaks a lot as Clark, it seems. And he's got a very there's always this thing where Lois gets captured in every episode.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Lois is just getting herself in all these situations, which, I mean, sure, I guess. I wasn't really a big fan of Lois in this. I don't think they really gave her much.
Well, again, this is the 40s, so it's very just Lois is there to be damsel in distress. Superman grabs her, gets her.
Superman shows up. They never show him suit up.
Yeah. They always have creative ways of how he suits up. There's one episode where they're on an island or something. There's a big fire going on, so you'll see him take rip his shirt, and then it'll cut to the rock and the shadow and him changing. Or in a supply closet of the Daily Planet, or maybe it's a phone booth or something.
Yeah. So Superman he's very stoic. He doesn't speak much. One of, if not the best Superman symbol, design.
I'm sorry. Repeat that. I was looking up something because I had a question later, and that thing answered it for me. So,
one of, if not the best, Superman logo designs.
I mean, I can't be against someone who say if they argue this is the best Superman logo design.
I mean, this is they showed inspiration from the new one. The yellow outline came from this. and I think it's a really great logo. I think his design's really great. I just have an issue with the fact that he doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of get to know who this guy is.
But let's say you're a child in the 40s, though, or like, same age now in the 40s. You read Superman comics and
I
all that.
I get home from the textile mill
Yeah.
for working
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
2 cents an hour.
I get home from the steel mill,
Yeah.
making a cent an hour, getting pissed off.
Yep.
They make more than
But
me.
Superman's on.
We just get done with our radio show. Would you be
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
disappointed?
Welcome to the.
You can contact me on Telegram or newspaper.
Contact me.
Oh, let's get excited for Spider-Man issue 4.
Get
Now,
excited for the Great Depression. No.
what did you do this weekend?
Let's get excited for that brand new invention of microwaves.
Let's get excited. What did you do this week? That's soup. That was it for the week.
Soup.
Oh, you had soup all week? No. I just split it. Share it. Let's say you watch this. Would you be disappointed? Like walk away from this? About man, this ain't like Superman at all. I don't feel. This is the 40s. Again,
This is 4 years after Superman was created.
Yeah, so there's not really the ideal.
There's no Lex Luthor in this because he's not that big of a villain at this time.
Yeah, he was around for 2 years or a year.
2 years.
Yeah.
There's a point in time where Superman ends up becoming a symbol of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know when that is. Unless it's Christopher Reeve, but
Because this is just Superman's just a superhero. There's not.
And it's can I be on? It's a little generic.
Yeah.
It feels very.
Well,
just
again,
like,
this is the 40s, and stuff like this was brand new.
Yeah.
I
mean, you always had stories of ancient myths and stuff as close as you get to superhero.
And you look at other first iterations of superhero stuff, such as the '60s Spider-Man show. Peter Parker is like whatever. But when he's Spider-Man, he's very serious. He's not quipping. He's not, Peter Parker's like, oh well,
Why didn't we get Why didn't Fleischer make a Superman short, but just the Clark Kent stuff?
It's really weird.
We should do that every episode. We have to be like, now what would this be like if it was just the Clark Kent?
It was just the Clark Kent stuff. Now, we think about the voice of Clark Kent. I don't know really the names of the actors and actresses who voice these.
See, I'm trying to think back because every episode ends with, well, thanks to thankfully Superman was there. Lois says, and he was like,
Superman gives like the most burpy smile.
Thanks to Superman.
Wink at the camera. And yeah, Clark will always say, "This looks like a job for Superman."
Yeah.
Usually, he did say it a little bit later, but like in the beginning,
I don't hate it. I think it was all right.
Yeah.
It's Lois. It's funny.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of lines they reuse because again they're running on reel tape. I mean, you can't.
Lois.
Never film left.
I liked it. I thought it was bad. But this character of Superman is this is a piece of superhero history. The very first time I think the superhero has been put to motion on the silver screen. It's interesting. I think it's the silver screen. Is that what they call TV? Or is it the movies?
With what?
Which one's the silver screen? Is it movies or
silver screen's movies?
Oh.
So I always thought it was weird because I always imagined like TV, like movies would be the gold screen and TV would be like silver screen. What's it called?
What is it?
I don't know.
The flat screen? I don't know. Excuse me. But I don't know. This Superman is interesting. Now Jimmy Olsen, I think, was in this show. He shows up about 3 times.
Yeah, he's like this little kid.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Clark." He's like, I heard that.
Yeah, that has to be Jimmy.
It's really weird. He looks very strange. I was all right though. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest Jimmy Olsen thing. I wonder if Jimmy Olsen even was in the comics at that point. Because I know Jimmy Olsen first showed up in the comics, and he wasn't even Jimmy Olsen. He was like Newsboy number something.
Newsboy number 3.
He didn't really have like a name, but and then he kept showing up. And then he became Superman's best pal.
Jimmy Olsen. It's possible. Jimmy Olsen was created April 15th, 1940. So yeah. It's possible.
So, hey, Clark!
Um,
Uh,
I did want to bring up this one little fact I just found out.
fact.
So the beginning of each episode, it mentions how he left from
The far
Krypton.
reaches of space.
Yeah, leaves Krypton, lands on Earth.
Orphanage.
Orphanage.
That yes.
What?
Where is my Pa and Ma Kent?
So I got the answer.
All right, I need to hear this.
So apparently, because we and you've always heard Bob Kent got him, and kept an illegal alien in their farm, and then deport him.
Until I tell the government.
Then deport him back to where he came from.
Back to Crip. You're going back to space.
According to this person from Reddit, and they put like a history link on Superman with it.
Wait, let me guess what you're about to say. Did Paul Ma Kent not come until later in a DC reboot?
Well, according to this, John and yeah,
it's a different name.
Hold up,
she had a different
Mary
name.
Kent.
She might have a different name.
I thought it was Martha.
It is.
Yeah. So basically, John and Mary Kent find him, take him to the orphanage, and then we don't want you, and then adopt him later.
Well, where was that established in the show?
They didn't have time.
All right, well.
Yeah, versions have Jonathan and Martha Kent finding and adopting him, and then has been refined in some versions.
Interesting. Okay, so all right, interesting. I don't know if I.
That's what this person said. Hold on.
That's kind of interesting. That's kind of see because that's two different emotional stories, right? Because you have Jonathan and Martha. They always wanted a kid. They can't have a kid, and then they find Clark.
Is it ever established why they can't have a kid?
I guess
they just said it just never happened. Okay.
So I guess, and then they find Clark. He shows up. He literally falls from the sky like a answer to a prayer. But then this version, they drop this baby off at the orphanage, and they just feel they're probably like guilt eating him up. We should have.
So that's comic wise. In the cartoon, it's not really established considering because they didn't really consider continuity back then. They didn't really care much about it. So it seems by the cartoon that he was just put in the orphanage, and just raised there. So that's
I'm a big fan.
At least that's what's kind of established in the cartoon. But in the comic, I guess they get him there, put him in the orphanage, and then get him later.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Either. Because I was very confused about that. I'm like, I've never heard of Superman being in an orphanage. I just heard they found him. Either they were driving to the farm and found him, or they literally landed.
Do you consider Superman an orphan anyway?
Just in general,
his parents are dead.
I consider him an orphan. I mean, it's his adoptive.
So
parent.
Batman and Superman are both orphans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wonder Woman.
I guess some people consider like if you're an orphan, you don't have parents.
Yeah, so Superman does have parents. So now Batman has Alfred.
I mean, Superman didn't have parents for like a day.
Yeah,
and then got new ones. And he was a baby, so he don't even like remember.
No. But Batman has Alfred.
Yeah.
Who's not really a parent, but I mean,
doesn't he call him Dad at one point? Sometimes.
Maybe. But we're not talking about Batman. This ain't a Batman show. This ain't Superman. Up in a Batman.
I'm gonna grab this shirt. I've been awkward.
You're gonna do that at some point, and you're like, guess what? I got a tattoo of the Superman.
The Superman logo.
That'd be kind of.
I remember who was it? Was it Ming that wanted that?
Maybe.
I
can't remember.
I feel like Ming wanted it. Everyone's like, "You cannot handle that," and then he got his like family crest or something. So it was something. It was something really big.
I'm into the superhero stuff, but like, if I saw somebody be like, look, and they had a Superman tattoo, I'd be like,
you'd lick it.
I'd be like, I kind of be like,
wow, well, you don't think
it's just a little weird. Like that on your chest, huge, man. That's crazy.
What does the S stand for?
Sizzling. So
I couldn't imagine like hitting on like a woman or a guy and being like, "Yo."
All you gotta do is unbutton a little bit of it, and they just see the little bit of the Superman logo coming.
Poor John Kent. Stop.
But yeah. So the Fleischer Superman. Do we rate it? I don't think we rate it.
I mean, I think it's just how do we feel like
in terms of comic.
I think we should give two ratings.
Right.
How do we feel about this adaptation, and how accurate is this adaptation?
All right.
Accuracy.
We're gonna accuracy. We're gonna do percentage
Okay.
out of 100.
I don't know. All right.
Now I've not read enough. You know what? I can read it right now and see how accurate it is. Give me that book. Hand me the book.
And
Live.
the Superman.
This is real.
We'll do it
Rip
live.
No, this is a fake facsimile edition.
This ain't the real deal.
I wish, man.
If this was the real deal, we wouldn't be on this show. We'd probably just.
Okay. So, yep. There's a flying plane at $1.30. Here we go. Let me look what this says here in the very first issue. As a distant planet was destroyed by old age, a scientist placed his infant son within a hastily devised spaceship, launching it toward Earth. When the vehicle landed on Earth, a passing motorist, discovering the sleeping babe, within turned the child over to an orphanage.
Yes.
Attendants, unaware of the child's physical structure was millions of years advanced of their own, were astounded at his feats of strength. There's a newborn baby lifting up a chair.
I think this guy might be Superman.
When maturity was reached, he discovered he could easily leap 1/8 of a mile, hurdle a 20-story building, raise tremendous weights, run faster than an express train, and that nothing less than a bursting shell could penetrate his skin. Early, Clark decided he must turn his titanic strength into channels that would benefit mankind, and so was created Superman, champion of the oppressed, the physical marvel who had sworn to devote his existence to helping those in need. And then it goes through a bunch of different things describing Superman. We got Superman here. He drops some lines in here somewhere. Someone says, he says, "Make yourself comfortable. I haven't time to attend to it." Oh. Okay, there's a woman tied up outside, and Superman says, "You stay there for a minute. I'll be back." That's what he says. He goes in, and this guy's like, "What do you mean by knocking this hour of the night?" He says, "I must see the governor. It's a matter of life and death." "See him in the morning," slams the door in his face. Superman busts through the door and says, "I'll see him now." "This is illegal entry. I'll have you arrested." He says, "Answer my question. Are you going to take me to the governor?" "No, I won't." "Then I'll take you to him." And he picks the guy up and walks into the governor's. So this Superman's kind of brute force.
Yeah.
He's still very stoic. And
you gotta think, and I don't want to sound like this. Well, it's not even really a bad thing to say. I feel like Superman nowadays, very kind and all that. I don't think it would really seem as cool even in the 40s.
Yeah.
Or is it?
But now that's just
because you think it's like a kid, like you see like someone's a man. It's like holy crap, this dude ain't playing around. This is a Superman.
But to me, Superman is that, and so that's why I'm having such a hard time with this. So accuracy wise, to the comics, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So
of this time,
but I would say maybe not completely. So I would say maybe around 80%.
Yeah. Again, it's going by 1940 standards.
Yeah. 1938.
Yeah, going by 4 years off of that.
So I would say about 80% accurate to the comics.
Yeah.
To us, how do we feel about this adaptation out of 10? Okay, so I gotta remember that these are shorts. These are like not meant to be.
These aren't even really long because you have
they're
the
like
intro.
8 minutes long a piece.
And is that including the intro?
Yeah.
Okay. And the intro is like 2 minutes long, so you basically
I think it's interesting to see. I can't say that I was entertained the entire time.
There's some episodes that are like
I would sit there and watch a few at night, and I'd be like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're short, so I don't know. So I think I get they're shorts, and the villains. I think the villains are the main problem. There's really not any interesting plot lines.
Besides
one, I really
villains.
like the one with the dinosaur.
I like the one with the mad scientist.
It's probably my favorite episode. The one with the dinosaur where it melts.
The mad scientist one. It's funny. The first two episodes are like mad scientist. The one with the robot and the one with the laser. Those two are
the first two.
Yeah. There's a lot. I didn't care for the last three. The one with the cave with the birds was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that one.
It was. Yeah, it was weird.
I guess I missed an episode because you mentioned a pretty bad caricature of Japanese people, and I don't even remember that episode. So maybe I tried to block it out of my head. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Give it a 6
because while I enjoy watching Superman, and Lois do their stuff, I was also a little bored at times.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognized the feat of animation, and that this is the very first time Superman has ever moved in front of the people's eyes.
Yeah, on television.
Yes. So I recognize the history there, and so with that, it gets points. And it's also got the best logo. So it's a 6.
Yeah. Uh,
Does it just because it's old doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's not bad. Not terrible.
I almost want to just lean in on the 7, man. I don't know. Well, no, a lot of episodes are kind of boring, but man, I don't know. I just like
They
it
love
'cause-
using that score. Bum, 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 ba-dum.
Yeah, oh, you know, I mean, that's like kind of the old music. Uh, I don't know, man. If they were maybe a bit, you think if they were a bit longer, you'd like it more?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You know what? Screw it. I have to give it a. I just hate it because man, that animation's great, and I like the look of everyone in it. I'm up to be 6.5
All right.
of.
So there's that. And that would conclude our talk on the Fleischer Superman shorts. Interested to see what's up with this next one, which is Superman, the movie serials with Kirk Allen.
Yeah.
We're gonna be watching those somehow. I'll figure it out. We gotta buy them online, so I'd rather. I don't know how. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm interested if this one goes because not many people know about him.
Yeah.
Because they usually just go
The
to
very first
George,
live
George
action
Reeve.
Superman.
Isn't George Reeve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the very first live action Superman, and Lois and Jimmy Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see about that. That'll be next week. But that is the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching the very first episode of It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman. If you liked it, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and tell us in the comments below what you like about the Fleischer Superman. Is it your favorite? Is it your favorite adaptation of Superman? What is your favorite adaptation of Superman? What are you excited for us to cover in this series? We're very interested to know what you think. And let us know what Superman means to you. What's the first ever time you remember seeing Superman?
I like when Superman killed that guy.
Yeah, I like when he snapped his neck instead of just turning his head.
We'll get to that episode.
Now, why didn't the family just run? Like, I don't know.
I also like when Superman.
I like when Superman. Never mind.
We'll get to that episode when we get to it.
I don't think we'll review that episode. No.
We skip over Man of Steel.
What are you talking about?
Oh, what are you talking about?
I was talking about certain Smallville episode where Superman and Lois. Lois gets powers. No, it was Lana. Lana gets powers.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Is
that the episode we're going to review?
No.
I like this episode because Superman clapped cheeks. And it was adaptation 100.
100 Superman would do this.
That poor squirrel, man. Freaking fell out of the tree, lost its home.
That's why he saves it in Superman, the new movie.
Let's make up for it.
No. All right, but that'll be the end of this episode. So thank you all so much for joining us for this, and we hope you have a super day. Bye, guys.
See ya.